Say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Yo, make money, money, make money, money, money.
Say take money, money, take money, money, money.
Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy get.
Happy Sunday, happy football Sunday. Another pre-football stream, so you guys can go watch your football here at 1 o'clock. There's actually a game going on right now. I didn't even know. Luckily, players I have playing in that game are not out. Luckily, we had Calvin Ridley and Diggs. We're both playing in that game. So far, so good. Whoever I'm playing is going down. I don't know who I'm playing today, but you know, you're going down. You're going down today. Happy Mike. When Jordan turned into a pumpkin, very, very soon. Very, very soon, dude. You know, I bleed Bitcoin orange. Hamid, what's up? Luigi, Lizat, what's up? Stacy, Denise, Anderson. Clint said I should be at church and on my 6th trip up for the free wine and crackers. Clint, you seem like the type of guy who's going to go to church, praise the Lord, and then go to the winery and get absolutely plastered. You seem like that type of guy, man. You literally just like, oh, praise the Lord, I will never sin. And then you just go get trashed at a winery and just swear at everyone. That's it. What's going on, Mike? Drunk Bear said purple color badge crew in the house. Shout out to Drunk Bear. What's going on? Oh, what's going on, Al Central? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. I'm 2 coffees deep right now. I'm feeling kind of jittery. I got this new coffee, guys. I'm back on the self-made coffee. And let me tell you, this coffee is ridiculously good. I don't know what it is. I got it from Dollar General. and honestly, it is one of the best coffees I've ever had. I don't know what it is, what I did to deserve the coffee that I've been having the last few days, but oh my God, it is delicious. I can't stop drinking it. I can't. You play cup? Yeah, I put cup in, Mike. At the last second, I put him in. I saw him today. I'm like, wait, he's back. Put him in. Let's freaking go, man. It's facts. I skipped the church part, though. Nice. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Anyways, guys, how we feeling today? 27,937. Could we have a little bit of a Sunday pump with the stock market reversal coming up this week, in my opinion? There's some crazy shit going on in the world. Now, is this fear-mongering? Because I'm seeing crazy shit over on Twitter and X about things going on in the world right now. And, you know, I always say this, like, these type of things always happen. We only hear on the news what we want to hear. There's always these type of things going on in the world, right? So I think this war, this war thing, and this is the type of fear-mongering thing I think that makes a lot of sense right now. You know, kind of like the Russia-Ukraine thing, where like when the Russia-Ukraine thing happened, it was in the middle of the bear market, so we kind of thought that was the reason we're going down, but it really wasn't, right? QM, bro, someone stole my watch. I left it in my car. Bro, that's why you don't buy expensive watches, man. Get a nice, cheap $50 watch, and you won't care about what happens to that watch, man. You know? Crypto Shock, what's up, buddy? Tug Luck Ready, he said, dump it. Hopefully for the Bears, man. Hopefully for the Bears, we get a little bit of a dump. But, you know, right now, Mike is sweating right now. This makes no sense. Why the hell is Bitcoin holding when everything in the world is bearish? We have war, recession. Why is Bitcoin going up? It makes no sense. I follow the news, and based off the news, we should be going down. What the frick, man? It literally makes no sense. Christ, man. We have rates above 5%. Why are stocks going back up? But the frick, man, this market makes no sense. There's no volume in people's savings accounts. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But a lot of times the markets make no sense. They make no sense. A lot of times. And that's what I've noticed. Like when the times where you think things should be going down, they don't. And the times you think they should be going up, they don't. It's always like that. It's always like that, man. And I think that's what you're seeing with Bitcoin right now. I think you're seeing Bitcoin hold up despite the shit show that's kind of going on. And it doesn't really make any sense until it does. And then when it does make sense, that's when the top is in. What's going on, Cold Crypto? Fighting in the Middle East? Yeah, well, let's not talk about that stuff, man. I mean, I will say, like, that type of stuff is always happening in the world. We only get to know about it when our news tells us, right? It is what it is. They've been fighting there for centuries. Exactly, they have been. Josh said someone big is protecting their positions, in my opinion. Someone is, man. Someone is. Someone is. Anyways, could we get a little bit of a Sunday move to the upside? Now, I know what everyone's going to say, right? We're at a resistance point, which we are, right? That 200-day moving average is staring us right in the face right here, right? So, here's the thing. If you're not already in a position, I think, getting in here at 28K is probably a little bit risky unless you're already in a position, because that 200-day moving average is no joke. And we've had trouble with that many times in the past. We'll look at that today, because I think that's the talking point today is the dreaded 200-day. We'll talk about that today. Horse guys are feeling it right now. Wow, I am bullish. Guys, I am feeling so bullish right now. I think we are due for a massive 5% candle to the upside. I am not in a position. I am actually in cash. I will go along on Bitcoin here. Yes, I haven't used Bybit in ages. I've been bearish. Now I will use Bybit to go long on Bitcoin. All my position. Right here, right now. I did not want to, but now I do. I am bullish. I need a new word Jordan can't say. Give me a new word. You bet you can't find a new word. Let's see. To quote Tino, the market is not the economy. Facts. It's easy to say in sort of the time frame, right? But I think a lot of times you get caught up in that. Everyone gets caught up in that, right? I mean, earlier this year, everyone and their mother was bearish, including your boy, So, because the economy was so bad, right? And what did you see this year? You saw pretty much all assets besides altcoins go up, right? Bitcoin went up, Ethereum went up, stock markets went up, everything went up, gold went up. When this year was supposed to be horrible. Now, next year, everyone thinks that next year is going to be great. So, kind of gets me worried slightly, but, it is what it is. Amber said, let's go long. What could go wrong? True. All right, so we're at that 200-day. If you look at where Bitcoin is, we've been fighting this 200-day moving average here for since October 1st. So for a week now, we've been fighting this. We've had a few moves up, but we can't close above it. And we're right at it right now. Now, you can see back in August, we also came up to this and acted as resistance here. And we can't seem to break that bad boy, right, on any type of daily closure. Now, this was support back in March, so you can see how big this level is, right? It was our support level here. Once we confirmed that as support, we went much higher. Now we've hit it twice as resistance now. So the question is, can we break through? Historically, when we break through this, we've seen some good days for BTC, but we have found resistance on this before, right? Back in March of 2020, which was a much different time. That's when we had steady lads. If you don't remember steady lads, that's when Do Kwon came out and said, don't worry, guys, deploying more capital, steady lads. And that was the wick right there, right at the highs. And that was right at the 200-day, right? The 200-day moving average, we came up, and then that was the top. And then we ultimately went much lower at that 200-day moving average. If you got to go back at sometimes it doesn't matter, right? Sometimes you'll pump through it, you'll dump through it, pump through it, dump through it, in general. But I think the thing is, if we go back to 2019, which if you look at, you got to compare now to 2019, or in that boring time period for Bitcoin, you could see it really didn't matter, right? And I think that's the thing to remember right now is, if you look at some of these times here where Bitcoin went to the 200-day in 2019, look, I mean, it pumped through it. You had about, a 20% move higher before you dumped back down, right? You came back below it, you went down 30%. You came back up, you went back up, you came back up another 20%, and then you dumped again, and then you went back above it. So you can see in 2019, it really didn't matter at all. It was just above it, below it, above it, below it. But you mostly stuck around it, right? And I think that is perfectly what we should expect here. Is you're going to see moves above it, moves below it. But I'm not expecting any crazy, like, 50, 60K or 10K. You're most likely probably going to stay around this within, 20, 30%. So, if it's like 2019 and we say we get a 20% move above this, right? Just for shits and giggles. That would put BTC around 33,000, right? If we get rejected, that's a different story. But, we'll find out this week, I think, what the ultimate thing is. So it should be fun. It should be fun, man. Long it, Anderson. I'm never wrong. Let's go. Long it, bro. Long it resistance always works. It's foolproof. You long resistance. Let's see. Should we buy the AVAX pullback? It's up to you, man. I think there's a lot of FUD on AVAX at the moment. If we go look at AVAX, should we buy the AVAX pullback? It's up to you. I think it depends on what you think Bitcoin's going to do. I don't think it really matters what AVAX is going to do. Let's zoom in here. Here's AVAX right here. I actually took a long from right here. I took a long from this box. I posted in Discord today. I took a long from right here. So far, so good, actually. We have all these lows back here. We dumped through. We came back up. This was our support here. We came back down. This is our support so far. I think we do come up and take this wick again. And that's probably going to be when I think Bitcoin's going to move higher eventually. Could we pull back first? Yeah. I think Bitcoin ultimately moves higher here. And that could be when AVAX come and takes this wick. Eventually. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but I think this around this area is a pretty good spot, right? As you're going to have late shorts getting in, you could easily squeeze them out 15% back to the upside, right? But once again, it ain't altcoin season, fellas. Don't confuse, I think, Bitcoin going up between its altcoin season. It ain't altcoin season, okay? There is no altcoin season right now. So I think we need to get that out of our head, The 4-hour wick looks good. Nice, man. Nice, man. Bajoran said smash the likes. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Appreciate that, dude. Smash the likes. More money said BNT USD, big moves. Yeah, man, there's an off altcoin that gets a big move every day. And then it just goes back down. It is what it is. But shout out to more money, man. Shout out to more money. I love the rocket ships, bro. I can't wait till it's can sustain rocket ships in the chat. And not just one day rocket ships before we go right back down. The sustained rocket ships. I can't wait till you just see rocket ship. The chat just going rocket ship. You guys remember those days, 2021? Just rocket ships, apes. We're going to the moon, diamond hands, all that fun stuff. That was a good time. BNT is just short squeezing. Every altcoin is just short squeeze right now. Most altcoins are just, any altcoin that goes up right now is just a short squeeze. Besides maybe Chainlink, and maybe AVAX. AVAX had some bullish stuff going on it. Now it has some, some FUD. Everything else I think is just a short squeeze. If anything gets a move up. I almost don't remember. Me too. I don't remember what it's like. What is that like when back in the days? Guys, diamond hands, short squeeze. We're going to the moon, guys. This is never going to end. I'm up 50x. We're going to go up another 50x. Let's go, fellas. Totally sustainable. Diamond hand stays. Those are the best. That was the best. Let's go, dude. BTC above 50K, then rockets all over. Oh, Lord. Crypto Chris, I agree. I mean, based off history, we should not be expecting altcoin season until Bitcoin gets close to all-time highs. So that 50K mark is probably correct, yeah. It's probably correct. Anyways, guys, I pooped so many times now, so I'm good. The poops are good. So that I think that's another bullish sign that the poops are back and we are good on the poops. But yeah, that's what we got going on, dude. Oh man, bro, this market was fun for like 2 days. Now it's so boring again. It's so boring again, man. Let's go, trophy. We're gonna get through this time, man. Let's go check out our fractals from the previous cycles. Just to remain vigilant and not get too crazy ahead of ourselves here. And remember where we are in the cycle. This is where we are in the cycle, guys. Right? This is where we are in the damn cycle. Don't forget it. More than likely, before the halving, Bitcoin's gonna stay in this range right here. Right? It's probably gonna stay in this range right here. Is my guess. Unless we have a black swan, maybe you go lower like COVID. But you know, I think more than likely Bitcoin's going to stay right here in this range.
BNTUSD big
before the
moves.
halving. Maybe it
rocket,
gets a pump to 40K. Maybe it gets a dump
rocket,
to 20K.
Rocket.
But nothing that's terribly crazy, you know? Bearish on poops? No, dude. You are bullish on poops when you want to poop. Trust me. If you have that poop stuck in your stomach, you want it out instantly, man. Laser eyes and diamond hands. Yeah. Laser eyes and diamond hands, bro. I closed at 0.4 earlier this morning. Yeah. Nice, man. Link Marine said 40K, I wish. Me too, man. That would be nice. Listen, I think right now, I know where we are. We're right here. I still think right now, like, the way I look at things is, I guess the NASDAQ's the best way to put this. The NASDAQ is holding this bull market support band, and you had a very, very nice close last week. The 3-day close, the weekly close, that's a really, really nice weekly close there on the NASDAQ, right? So it kind of goes with my thinking is Bitcoin was holding while the stocks were going down, right? So I guess, you know, if you would think that Bitcoin holds while stocks went down, my thinking is if the stock market starts trending up again, right? Which I think right now, you know, once again, we played the tide nicely from the stock market down to the low. I cut that because I think right now the sentiment is pretty bearish on stocks. So I think there could be some type of like squeeze up for stocks over the course of the next few weeks. I would not be surprised whatsoever. My question is, if stocks start going back up, and Bitcoin was holding that whole time anyways. Actually, Bitcoin was going up when stocks were going down. You know, what does that help Bitcoin get through some of these resistance points? That's the big question. I continue to say this, man. The closer we get to the halving, the less people are going to be selling BTC, man. Just because I think more and more people realize that typically Bitcoin goes up at the halving, right? So we're only 6 months away from that. Does the average person gonna be wanting to sell their BTC 6 months before the halving? I don't know if they will. Man. You know, and I always keep that in the back of my mind. Like, okay, this is what the chart looks like, but you know, are people actually gonna be wanting to sell on their Bitcoin? Not all coins. We ain't taking all coins here. Gonna be wanting to sell their Bitcoin 6 months before the halving. I don't know if they will, man. The monthly needs to close above like 29K. Yeah. I think the weekly, I was looking at this trend line too, right? Just looking at this top trend line. If you ignore the little scam pump that we had in October of 2021, right? So you guys know my take. I think this was the top, right? April 2021, in my opinion, was the real top. That's when you had Dogecoin going off. You had rocket ships, diamond heads. Oh my God, it was crazy shit over here. This was the real euphoria of crypto. This was like kind of a fake pump, in my opinion. If you kind of ignore that fake pump, look at this little trend here, right? So this was the top, right? Little fake pump. Then we had the Luna, steady lads top right there. And then we had this top that we recently just had at 31K. And I think, when you look at this, if this went straight up next week, right? Just for an example, that's going to put BTC right around 29,500, which we would come up to this trend line here, right? We actually had a little top right here too, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. 29,500 would get us to that little trend right there. And I think like 29.5 to 30K is where I'd get a little bit nervous. And I honestly, I'd be selling off some of the things that I bought, right? Is 29.5, 30K. Because historically, that's where we found a top. is this little trend here. Besides the little fake second rally, you know. Let's see. I have that line drawn. Let's go, Edison. Edison. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Edison's got that line drawn. I love it, man. On a Sunday. Me and Edison agree. Let's go, bro. But yeah, 1, 2, 3. We squeeze up here, right? 29.5, 30K, right? And you look at the daily, you can see that significance of that level too. So that's where I would start getting a little bit hesitant, you know, is if we get up to that level. Scare money don't make no money. That's true. Steve said Wednesday. Who the frick is Steve? Who the frick is Steve, man? I don't know about Steve. Ryan said, what do you think about the news out there in Israel for markets? I honestly, I don't like to talk about how those things impact markets, man. I think there's a human element to that, you know? There's always been a saying that war is usually bullish for markets, you know? So take that with a grain of salt. You know, it is what it is. We'll find out. We'll find out, you know. But let's not talk about that. Everyone has their different views on what's going on over there. You don't want me to start talking about that. BTC has one more trip to the lows, boys. At some point, it certainly could, right? At some point, it certainly could. I once again, I'm still building a cash position because I still think that markets can see lower over the course of the next 6 months. You know, don't go all in, man. Keep cash on the sidelines. There's no downside to building a cash position. There's no rush. There is zero rush to get into to this market at the moment, unless you want Bitcoin. If your goal is just stacking Bitcoin, you could argue that there might be a rush, you know. But if your goal is to stack altcoins, there is zero rush right now. You're not going to miss anything right now. You know, like maybe you miss a 10-20% move up, but you're not going to miss some altcoin season at the moment, you know. Let's see. 175K. Whales can't let. True. That is true. That is true. Oh, Lord. Stack ETH, baby. 2025, 10K ETH. Oh, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree, man. I think you're going to see a 10K ETH pretty easily. I actually think that's a pretty low target, to be honest, if you want my honest opinion. But, you know, in the short term, you know, ETH, we look at ETH. ETH is an interesting chart too, right? Look at this. We're still at this trend line, man. That the futures pump was the top signal there again, right? And everyone disagreed when I said that the ETH futures launch is going to be the local top for ETH. I would say that a million times, and it's like, no, it's not. It's bullish, guys. Those things are never. The hype is bullish. The news that comes out is usually bearish, right? You know, it's kind of the same thing with the Bitcoin ETFs, but we'll save that for later. You know, we retested perfectly this low right at the bull market support band. Weekly gets sent down, but now we're coming back down to the support level again, right? 1, 2, 3 touches. I mean, listen, if you are bullish on ETH, right? If this dumps back to this trend line, you know, this might be a good opportunity for you, right? And it's an easy invalidation because then you can say, okay, if it comes back down here, I'm going to buy. And then if it dips below, you can cut it if you want to, right? You can say, okay, if it dips back below this low, I'm cutting it because I think it's going to go lower, you know? It's pretty easy invalidation there for ETH. If you believe this is just one big ascending triangle that's eventually going to break out in early 2024, which I think is also not a bad take, you know. Once we break that support, it's rip. True. ETH BTC at that spot, boy. That's why ETH is such an interesting chart right now, because if Bitcoin does not get above the 200-day and does start pushing back down, ETH is going to break this support. And you don't know what's going to happen when it does. Right? And I've said a million times, like ETH, I love ETH, but it's still got this wick right here in the weekly that I think gets taken at some point. Right? When? I don't know. Like I said, I have no clue. But this wick right here in the weekly, between 1368 to 1560, probably gets taken at some point. You know? You think they're gonna just leave that wick right there? And same thing with the Bitcoin chart. That's why I think there's still a chance that at some point Bitcoin goes lower, because do we think they're gonna leave this wick on the weekly for Bitcoin right there? That's between 19.5 and 22.5. I don't know, man. Should we do a poll? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll, man. You can tell everyone's bored today. I'm bored as shit. You know, like it's crazy, man. Let's see. Let's do this. Will BTC let's do this. Will BTC go below 25? Let's say go below 25K again before the halving. I think that's a good question. Will Bitcoin go below 25K again before the halving? I don't even know how to spell that. There we go. Let me know. Let me know in the poll, guys. Let me know in the poll. Let me know in the poll. Pre-poll answer. I'm bullish. Will BTC go below 25K again before the halving? Let's see what we think. I predict, so and most likely it won't happen. Drops the lows before stocks, and in early 2024 turns around as the stocks crash in depression levels, and BTC outperforms the stocks. Could, Jim. I like that take, man. Mason said, I'm on holiday. Nice, man. Nice, dude. Thank you for hanging out on the holiday. Let's see. Are we at the bear market low numbers yet? Remember I said, by the time the market goes up, we're going to be at 100 viewers per stream in this stream. Nope. We're still at normal levels so far. We are not at 100. Let's say before this market goes up, we will be at 100 concurrent viewers per stream. So we're still not there yet. We're still not there yet. We still got more time. We still got more time, man. Rubicon said bought more BTC ETH dot link and HBAR today. Nice, man. Those aren't bad takes. You know, am I a huge fan of Polkadot? Not really. But, you know, the other ones aren't bad. Crunk said Jordan bullish again. Dude, I'm bored. Even when I'm bullish, dude, I'm so bored, man. 24K next week? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows, man? Actually, 25K isn't even that far away. Can go... Any wick can go below that. Yeah. That's true. MEXC said everyone bearish. I think everyone goes... Yeah, I don't know what sentiment's like right now. You know? I don't know what sentiment is like right now. I think it's pretty 50-50 at the moment. So I don't... Who knows? 300 viewers on a Sunday afternoon. True. That's true. Anyways. Yeah. Right now it's interesting spot. The 200-day, man. It leaves me with a little bit, and I think it's there on purpose. It leaves you feeling a little bit skeptical because I've compared these two charts before, right? Remember this high where we had the first high? We made a higher high, right? We dipped back below the 200-day. We came back up. We had the steady lads move right up to the 200-day right here, right? We kind of have that same structure right now where we have the high, we have the higher high. We moved back below the 200-day. And you can see right now we are sitting right at that 200-day as we speak, right? Right in the same spots. You know, It's the same structure. We're sitting right at the same spots, and I think it's I can see, I can see both sides, and that's why no one, even I know I see it on Twitter too. Even the people who are usually very confident on where Bitcoin's going to go, no one is posting charts right now. Literally, no one's posting charts because no one is, I don't think anyone has any like serious confidence on where Bitcoin's going to go next. It's in this weird zone where you could see both ways. Like I can see how this is similar to this, and then we would get ready for some type of nuke to the downside, right? But I could also see, how you might look and say, okay, well, Bitcoin's done something like this before, where it's kind of just made higher lows and grinded right over here. I can see both sides. And that's why I am not like, yeah, okay, maybe we go higher, but I'm not going to go uber moon boy bullish. I think it's a point to be skeptical, right? Cautionably bullish, as I guess is the word to say. Jim said too much madness going on. No one can even judge their own sentiment. And I think that's a perfect reason why like a disbelief rally would make so much sense right now, because no one has any clue what's going on, So I think a lot of people aren't in positions because no one has any clue what's going on. There's so much madness and shit going on in the world. That it just seems like it makes sense to go down. Right? Does anyone get what I'm saying? Like the world and everything that's going on in the world, it makes sense for markets to go down. You know what I mean? Like we got, everyone's like imminent recession, inflation's starting to be a little bit sticky now. Now we got another war going on. People's like, we have all-time high, on their credit cards. We have all-time low savings in people's accounts. It makes sense for markets to go down, right? When you just look at data and chart, like you just look at data, you'd say, why the frick is Bitcoin going up right now, right? Why is it going up? It makes no sense, and I think that's a perfect reason why it would go up, That's a perfect reason why it would make sense for like the NASDAQ to push up or the S&P to push up, because that's how it's been all year. It seems like markets should go down, but they just don't. They just don't, and they hold. Because I think everyone's just caught off sides, But we'll find out. Yes, we understand what we're saying. True. George always said Bitcoin is going to do whatever it wants to do when it wants to do it. That's true. It hasn't been that way in a while, but I'm hoping one day. We used to call Bitcoin the honey badger because it just did whatever it wanted to do, and maybe one day it wakes up and it just does what it wants to do. It's been like that the last month or so, actually. Stocks have gotten trounced and Bitcoin is held up like a rock, Trueflation's at 2.7%. Yeah, it is. But I think that's the same as last month, or maybe a little bit lower. So I think usually CPI comes in like 0.5 to 1% higher than Trueflation. So you probably get inflation probably around like 3% again. 3%, 3.1%. Everyone's going to go, yippee, we got inflation's going lower. Anderson said, thanks for mentioning credit cards. My payments are due. Pay your credit cards, man. Get that stat down. Get that stat down, man. Pay your damn credit card, bro. Man. BTC is in the disbelief phase on the Wall Street cheat sheet. The thing I struggle with too is, okay, Bitcoin could be on the disbelief phase. I can see the argument for Bitcoin to be in disbelief, because it's been like that all year. It doesn't make sense why Bitcoin's gone up. It just doesn't. Right? If you're just looking at data. But the S&P, could you argue, is at the denial phase? Or that, what is it? What's that called when you have the peak and then you have the first lower high? You can make a case for either one. He said the boredom coming from Jordan's voice has to be the bottom. Dude, I'm so bored of this market. You know what I mean? Like every day I look for something to be excited about, and I just, you know, I know, and I do this to myself. I always tell you guys, don't think anything exciting is coming, because nothing exciting is coming right now. But even I try to search the chart. I'm trying to find something that looks exciting, you know, and just it's just nothing's exciting. But even I know nothing exciting is coming, you know, like I know because we've talked about this, right? Bitcoin's just in this phase. Typically, when Bitcoin's in this phase, altcoins aren't doing anything, you know, and you look for something that's exciting, and you trick yourself into thinking something's exciting is coming, but you know in the deep depths of your mind that nothing exciting is coming, you know, and you know that it's just going to be more of this for probably the next 6 months, and it's sometimes it's just like, bro, come on, man, can we just skip the next 6 months? This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Wake up Hawaii. I could wake up Hawaii. Wake up India. Let's see. Should we wake up India? Maybe we should. Let's do it. Does my voice sound bored? I feel like I sound like everyone else who talks. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like George sounds bored every day. And you know, everyone else who talks sounds bored every day. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's wake up. Let's wake up. Actually, maybe we shouldn't wake these guys up right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll do it anyways. We'll do it anyways. We'll do it anyways. Habibi! We must wake up! Bitcoin is boring! Everything is boring right now! Habibi! Grab the cannons! We must blow out the bears' asses! Spam all the... Here we go. Habibi! All right, Habibi's awake. Hopefully that wakes us up today, guys. Let's go, baby. Look at this poll. Holy shit. Look at the poll, fellas. How do we think about this poll, guys? Will Bitcoin go below 25K again before the halving? Let's see what we got, fellas. We got 60% of the chat. I'm actually shocked. I am very shocked about the chat right now. Because that's, you know, it depends how I word things, you know? Will Bitcoin go below 25K again before the halving? 60% say yes. Okay, 60% say yes. Interesting poll there. I don't know if I take anything from that. Maybe it's the way I worded it. Because if I worded it differently, if I worded, you know, this or this, you know, what comes first? Usually it's the bullish side. But this one, 60% say yes, man. You know? Watching oil stocks this week. Ooh, that could be a good play this week. That could be a really good play, man. I've been watching some of these, like some of these stocks have gotten pounded the last few weeks, man. Like, look at McDubs. Look at McDubs, man. McDubs on the weekly, getting shredded. You know, I've been thinking about picking up some McDubs, man. You know, look at the weekly RSI on McDubs. I mean, it hasn't been that low since March of 2020, bro. Look at that. It's like a March of 20. Not obviously not the candle size, but Look at this, man. I mean, McDub's getting flushed here on the weekly. Look at that weekly RSI. You're at a 20. Shit, this went down to a 25 on the COVID crash. You know, like do we pick up some McDoubles? We might have to, man. You know, might be a good play here for the long-term stock market portfolio for McDubs. Yeah, there's some stocks that have been getting trounced, like Monster. Look at Monster here. Monster's been one of the best performing stocks for years. Getting absolutely trounced the last few weeks. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, man. Crazy shit, man. Crazy dumps. You haven't seen dumps like that since COVID. You know, and you know, how do you think about this? Bunch of greenhorns. Look at Monster, man. Look at shit. I mean, there's a bunch of them, dude. Tech stocks continue to hold, though. You know, I feel like it's a psyop. You know, like tech stocks continue to go up, and then all the low caps continue to like go down. I feel like it's a psyop, man. I really do, man. I really do. Because last year it was tech stocks getting trounced, right? Tech stocks got destroyed. Dude, you had Meta go from $400 to $90. You had Tesla go from 400 to 100. And now you're seeing the dividend stocks and the low cap stocks getting pounced. Might have to be a little buyer of those, man, at some point here in the future. Anyways, Bitcoin's trying to come back up. Habibi is making Bitcoin come back up. That's what I like to see. Let's get Habibi. Let's get Habibi back. There we go. How about Nike stock? Let's check out Nike stock. Bitcoin's been going up since we talked about stocks. That's how we do it, man. Nike. Yeah, this thing's got killed, man. And Nike, 97. So I think there's some good long-term buys in here. You know, like, if not now. Yeah, Nike, one of the best companies in the world. Down almost 52%. You know, you don't see that very often in stocks. Could be, I don't know, could be interesting to play your former lower, higher low on the weekly here. Yeah, you see low cap stocks that be trounced. That's why, like, dude, the S&P and the NASDAQ are up, but it's only because tech stocks. Everything else is in the gutter. You know? Habibi! We must fire the current by the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is undervalued. We must short stocks buy Bitcoin. He said what? Oh, was Habibi? Was the Habibi music too loud? Oh, my bad, man. My bad. The Habibi music was too loud. You guys had to focus. I hear you, but I'm squinting my ears. Yeah, man. We don't speak whispers. Oh, I love you guys. But yeah, man. Like the S&P, it's like, look at these stocks, right? Look at Nike. Look at McDub's. Look at Monster, right? So these are all like lower cap stocks. The only reason you have like the S&P look like this and all the way up here is because of basically Nvidia, Meta, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, right? The high cap tech stocks. If those weren't, you know, you take those bad boys out, this thing would be all the way down here, you know? It's crazy, dude. So like, there's some good opportunities. I know people like laugh at stocks, and we sort of did that last year, and there was a lot of missed opportunities last year, I think, at lows. But I think there's some really good opportunities in some of these, you know, like these, man. I mean, you got some prime companies who have performed well, and it's not like they're performing bad right now. It's just people are dumping these. There's some good opportunities coming up in these where you're going to get some of these at 60, 70%, 80% discounts, you know? So when you don't, and it's actually a company backing it. It's not like crypto where it's down 80% and it's backed by, you know, hope and belief. These are actually companies, right? So I think there's some good opportunities coming up for the low cap stocks. That's for sure, man. They suck this year bad. True. Short stock buy Bitcoin. Oh, we're still Habibi right now. We should probably take Habibi off. Here we go. Let's take Habibi off because YouTube's not going to like this today. YouTube's not going to like that today. I don't think. Make a stock channel, bro? Dude, I don't want to make a stock channel, man. Listen, why can't we talk about both here? There's nothing to talk about in crypto anyways. You know? What do we got to talk about right now? We got to talk about the AVAX hack, you know, that caused AVAX to dump a whole whopping 2%. You know? I don't know, man. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. What's AVAX up to right now? Still chilling right in the same spot. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. What is this, a stock channel? It is a stock channel right now, man. Listen, you know, opportunities are opportunities, man, you know. Let's see what you guys are saying. What happened to alt season? There ain't no alt season right now, man. Don't fall for the alt season hype. Don't do it, man. Don't fall for it. I'll tell you exactly when altcoin season will happen. When Bitcoin gets right here. That's when altcoin season is going to happen. So in my opinion, the altcoin season everyone's really looking for, in my opinion, probably doesn't happen for another year. 1 year. Uno year. And then the altcoin season that everyone's looking for will probably happen in 1 year. You know, maybe even longer. Maybe 1 year, 13 months, 14 months, something like that. You know, based off of the last 2 cycles. Because altcoins typically don't start moving up a lot until Bitcoin gets right in this point right here, where it starts testing and breaking all-time highs. Kind of like how Bitcoin typically doesn't go parabolic until stock markets hit all-time highs. Right? It's almost like a domino effect, right? Stocks hit all-time highs, right? So stocks come up, and then Bitcoin says, "Oh, stocks are at all-time highs. I'm gonna start moving up." Bitcoin gets to all-time highs, and then altcoins go, "Wow, Bitcoin's at all-time highs." Yeah, it's like a little it's a little like a roller coaster or you know, something like that. Don't miss the macro altcoin bottom waiting too long. Yeah, listen, man, my take is this, like, if you think it's the altcoin bottom, that's fine, but you understand with altcoins, man, you don't have to time the bottom perfectly. You know, you don't have to time the bottom perfectly, man. Right? I mean, look at some of the altcoin charts from 2020. You could have bought 30% higher, and it really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. So once again, I think right now, if you want to try to time the bottom, that's cool. But I think building a cash position and waiting to see how Bitcoin performs is the smarter play at the current moment. Now, there could be some alts that you think perform better, and you buy those right now because you think they're going to move up, like INJ. I bought in some INJ because this one's outperformed Bitcoin the whole bear market, and I don't know if it's going to go much lower. Right? So I got some INJ. I'm holding some SDEX because it's done pretty well throughout this bear market, right? But like for the ones that have just gone lower and lower and lower the whole year, right? I don't know. I don't think you're going to miss anything with those. I really don't. Gains are gains. Cool. They are gains, man. That is true. Anyways, guys, I'm getting out of here. Let's hope for the Sunday pump, man. That would be dope. If we do get that pump up, right? I think there's some levels to watch. Like we talked about earlier, 29.5K is the level to watch for me. I think that's where we could have a little trouble, and I wouldn't be against TPing around 29.5K if we get up there. Other than that, we're just patiently waiting, dude. Patiently waiting, crossing our fingers that Bitcoin can get a little bit of a move up and break this 28K resistance, which has been a pain in the ass. But other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see if stocks can continue up after a really, really bullish Friday. And let's get this, man. Let's get this. Let's get this shit. Keep your eye on the prize. Stack sats. Build a cash position. Let's freaking go. I'm out of here. Peace.